All right, hello everyone. My name is Sherry, and this is my very first YouTube video painting art tutorial. I hope to make many more for you. So this first one I'm going to do is a fluid jellyfish, because I wanted to make a jellyfish and I couldn't find any videos that I really liked or that were kind of getting the idea across that I wanted to with a jellyfish. So, and since I just decided to make this video and didn't know ahead of time that I was going to, the products that I'm using, I've already been using, and so I don't have a complete list for you. I do know that the white is this Anita's metallic white craft paint here, and my black I already have mixed, and it's a Mastercraft permanent black. I do recommend heavier body paint for your black for this one, because black is going to be our base and we want it to be heavy enough that these metallics aren't going to sink. And so I've got the white metallic here, and then I'll be using this kind of light medium-ish blue metallic here. I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't know the color or the brand name on that one. I might incorporate this. This is not a metallic, it's just a matte kind of baby sky blue here. I don't have an exact formula either for you for our mixes. I know some of you out there in the pouring world have all your exact ratios and measurements and everything down, and that's awesome. I am not one of those kinds of artists, sometimes unfortunately, and sometimes to my advantage, because I don't have an exact formula for my mixes. I don't always get the same results, and therefore I sometimes discover new stuff. And then it makes some of the ones that I can't replicate a little more valuable to me, which I know sounds silly, but that's the way I feel about it. I like the struggle with the paint. I like to fight for what I'm going for, and troubleshoot it and figure it out. So for those of you that have your formulas all set, awesome. Basically what I do is I mix up my paint with water, and I get it to a little bit thinner than the consistency that I want to pour with, and then I add Floetrol almost to equal parts thin to what I have mixed. So if I had 2 ounces of paint and I added an ounce of water, and I've got a 3-ounce mix, then I would add probably close to 3 ounces of Floetrol. And I do it by eye, so there is not an exact science to it. And then sometimes I will mix something a little bit thicker or a little bit thinner, depending on what I want it to do in the project I'm working on. So for today, the black is a little bit thicker, and in hopes that our metallics, which usually run really heavy, hopefully won't sink entirely. And I have been working with these already, so I've already learned a few tricks on how to do it, and that's what I'm going to show you today. So we're going to start first with our black paint, and we're going to get an even and thin spread. This actually looks a little thinner than I thought it was on here. We'll just kind of come across here. That's probably more than enough. And so what I like to use, so that I know the whole thing is pretty even, is this handy dandy little resin spreader that you get through Art Resin. And you can see it's got all these different sizes here. So if you're to use this side to spread, you know, that's the thickness it will allow before it pushes the paint. So I'm gonna go with this middle one here and get a nice thin coat of paint all over my canvas here. By the way, this is a tile. I I like using the tiles sometimes. They're nice, firm canvas. And they're pretty cheap to pick up in all different sizes at your Lowe's or Home Depot for practicing on. There's a little bit of a learning curve to working with them. For example, you have to finish with a resin if you want to keep the work, because the paint will just peel right off, scratch right off the tile once it's dry. Also, you can't re-pour over a tile pour. If we were to do this painting and then decide we don't like it later and want to re-pour over it, all the paint underneath will just lift. It'll all bubble up underneath and it'll just all peel off in one sheet and take all your new paint with it. So it makes it kind of easy when you don't like one to just actually get rid of the paint. Run it under some hot water for a little while and you can just peel it all off. I'm just kind of getting the edges here real quick with some of this extra paint. And I don't know, that was something I thought I sanded off. It came when I bought the tile, but it's obviously resisting the paint, so that's weird. I don't know how that's going to affect our painting there. It's too bad, I'll paint over it later. So, sorry for that, I know that, like nails on a chalkboard. So we got a nice thin coat of black paint here. And I'm gonna do just a quick, actually I need some paper towels. I'm gonna wipe this off. I'm gonna do, I've got these little tools here. They're these spongy little things on handles. I don't know how well, where's my camera? There it is. You can tell. But I bought these some time ago when I thought I wanted to get into making some really large dot mandalas, and I didn't know what tools to use to do it. I thought these might work. Never ever used them for that. What I'm using them for in this painting is going to be to remove some of the paint. Because, again, these metallics will try and sink and disappear under the black. So, I'm going to set out some paper towels here. And I'm going to keep checking on my recording here and make sure. All right. You can see my reflection in there. All right, so now we just kind of got to decide the positioning of our jellyfish, and I'm going to kind of just start to make a circle with, or remove paint in a circle here with this, kind of a bell-ish shaped circle here. Let's just go right here. Dab some of that off, pull some more. I don't know how well, if that's showing up in the video or not, but yeah, we're gonna pull some of that paint off, and our jelly is gonna kind of need a little space here for some extra paint too. I don't know if you can tell the shape that I'm getting there. Oh yeah, good, that's showing up good. And clear it again a little more. You can see I'm just dabbing the excess paint off on a paper towel over here. All right, now I got a few other tools. I'm going to be continuing to work with this here. I also have this little one here. These help create the tendrils, as well as these little devices. I don't know, they're just kind of a hard, spongy material. And then I've got a straw, paintbrush if I need it, popsicle stick, Q-tips. These are all things we may need. So I'm going to start with the white because the blue winds up being more of a highlight. I'm just going to kind of come in here and put some of that white all in there. I want some here too, for sure, for sure. Maybe just a speckle here and a speckle there. Maybe a little more there. And I have another little tool. Where did that go? There we go. All right, I got this cool little thing too. So my paint's starting to spread there like the metallics do really well. We might need to go in and add some more black in a minute, but let's just kind of get in here and pull some of that paint around. You can see there. I'm just going to keep that all going in that shape. Come around over here. And out. Some places you'll want it to be thicker than other places. And that, in the end, when it dries, make it look like the light's picking it up a little different in different areas. So real quick, I want to test this, see if we can get a few tendrils coming down. Not real good with that one yet. This is a new one I just got recently, so it's not, doesn't work for me as good as the art resin one. So we're gonna just, I want to bring these down into my painting, and it's not working. Needs more paint. So instead, I'm just gonna do that a bit. Let's go in here with some of this blue. I need more paint. Nice little thing going on here. I'm not getting very good tendrils. Now at this point you can leave it all nice and sort of kind of that psychedelic-y look to it, which is a really cool funky little thing. Or you can get in here and give it a little more of a satiny look like a jellyfish actually has with your straw, by kind of blowing that around. I don't know how I'm gonna get under here. If these videos do well at all, I'm definitely gonna have to figure out a better method of taping these for you. Taping it, does that show my age? So let's see if I can get... It's doing pretty good. I don't know if you're getting a close-up of the side of my face there. I'm gonna stick with that for now. I think I kind of want to come in here with this one and just sort of move that around a little bit. All right, and now we need to work on our tendrils here. So I'm actually gonna just kind of, hopefully I don't mess it up. I haven't tried it this way before. Let's see if I can bring that down. And I think maybe I should have left more paint on the, more black paint on there maybe. We'll make it work. Definitely gonna need to work on these tendrils a little bit. And you can see on the tile, there's a tendency for the paint to be pulled up. So you have to be careful of that. And you just keep going in here, keep reshaping. Probably be helpful for myself if I brought out some of my other jellies that I've worked on for reference, because I'm kind of just flying by the seat of my pants here myself. I've done these before, but every time it's always kind of a challenge to sort of get the paint to do what you want it to do. So, and, oh, I got plenty of black here. I don't need to go in there and do that. I really like when I get this sort of line effect there. And I feel like I want to pull some of this black up in here so that I can start to get the effects I want to get. Just gonna put some extra black up here. This is just off my plastic that I had here. And so there's a lot of paint up in there that I want to bring down. So I'm going to try something entirely new here in a minute. All right. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. I'm going to, you can't see this in camera probably, but on my plastic over here, I'm just putting a little bit of the white and the blue. I've got a little paintbrush here. And I feel like this is going to be the easiest way for me to do this. Maybe not. I'm just going to load this with some paint, see what that does. That's working a little better. So that's kind of working, loading that up with paint anyways. So let's kind of pull some more down into there. That's not going to work good with a brush. Okay, let's go back to this. Sorry, this isn't a perfect science yeah, guys. I've done maybe 3 or 4 of them now, and each time I feel like the paint kind of responds slightly different. Even with the same, using the same bits here, or the same bottles. So yeah, but it gives you still the basic gist, I think. So I'm gonna go in here and just do that just a little bit. And maybe continue to give it that stringy look. Lost a little bit of paint on that one little spot there. We'll go in and add some. And then I want to create a more defined sort of like that. Maybe let's brighten it up with some white just a little bit. Because that would be sort of glowing, I feel like. It's kind of getting the effect now that I wanted it to have. Let's see if we can make these kind of stretch out more without pulling off too much of the paint. It was rough going for a minute there, guys, but I think it's going to come together. I kind of want to blow that around a little. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that at this point. At least for the sake of a tutorial. What do you guys think? Worthy. Super easy, right? I mean, it's a little bit, it can be challenging. And I have not tried one yet on a canvas or on wood, which I imagine wood would probably have fairly same effects. That's some more white. Let's see how our video is doing. Looks like it's still recording. Good. Happy about that. Just never know what's gonna happen. It's really kind of, yeah. Maybe some going like that. Looks like it's moving around a little bit. That one pulled up a bit of paint. A little bit more white on here. I don't know, I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm basically just rolling this little foam thingy around in the paint, getting some paint on this, and then coming in here and kind of pulls some and deposits some at the same time. That one got cut off, it looks like. I don't know. If I keep going, I might ruin it, huh? Looking kind of jelly-like. Yeah. Let's keep going here. Let's come in a little more deliberately, I guess, with some of this. I think that's probably good. What do you think? I don't think it's going to shift too much. If it does, it might shift. And, you know, don't be afraid to pull some paint up either if you think you've got too much paint down and that it might shift too much, which I think it might just a little bit right there. I know you think I'm crazy right now, right? that white I put in there sank. Oh, look at what I did. Well, you guys saw it before I screwed it up. I must have scraped it with the side of my glove. I guess we'll find out when I go back and play the video. Let's see if I can fix that. You're still going to be able to see it behind there, huh? Let's try that. Just pushing the paint around, guys. Well, it looked better before I messed it up, for sure. But it's still going to look like a jelly. Whoops, fingers in the way. I wonder what it's going to look like if I turn that flash off. Alright, so without the flash on the camera here, let's see what we got. Pretty cool looking, huh? Get out and get that light off of that. Looks like a jelly. Alright, you guys, please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to make more for you. Till next time.